If you're stuck with the 1 4 5 bass notes, and I'm talking about going from the 1 to the 4 to the 5 every single time, and it feels like you're just unable to experiment and take the other bass notes in the scale. If I'm talking to you, then you need to watch this live stream. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you after the introduction. The primary chords in the key are the 1 chord, which in the key of C major is C major. The 4 chord is F major, and the 5 chord is G major. But a lot of times people get stuck with the 1 bass, the 4 bass, and of course the 5 bass. So if they're playing stuff like, Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my heart. I'm so glad you came to save me. And after a while, you get stuck using just the 1 bass, the 4 bass, and the 5 bass. So this evening, I'm going to give you more bass note options. So let's talk. The 1 chord has the following notes: C, E, and G. What this simply means is that you have 3 bass notes that you can play when the harmony is the 1 chord. How many bass note options? 3 bass note options when you're doing the 1 chord. So if you have the 1 chord on the right hand, you can play C bass, you can play E bass, and you can play G bass. And let me make this clear. If you're doing the 1 chord and you have C on the bass, it's called the root position, irrespective of what you're doing here. This is the second inversion chord. This is the root position chord. And this is the first inversion chord. However, with C on the bass, it overrides whatever you're doing on the right hand. And what do you have? C major in root position. If you play the E bass, this is called the C major chord in first inversion. C major in first inversion. And of course, we'll have C major in second inversion, which has the G on the bass. So let me just explain how this works. If you're going from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, from the 1 to the 4, you can see that there's a jump, okay? That is a skip-wise motion. That's a jump from the C to the F. But if you think the C major chord has C, E, and G, what other tone is closer to the F? You know, you have the C, you have the E, and you have the G. So you can use the E bass. Now behold the Lamb. So this is still very much the 1 chord. There's E on the bass, but it's not the 3 chord. It's the 1 chord in first inversion. So, and crown him. That's the 4 chord. Lord, what do you call this? This is the 1 chord in second inversion. So you can play C on the bass, you can play E on the bass, you can play G on the bass when you have the 1 chord. Now for the 4 chord, which consists of F, A, and C, we can put the A on the bass. So look at this. It's a better way to play the 4 chord. And with this, you can see that we have the 4 chord, not in reposition, but in first inversion. You can also have the 4 chord in second inversion. That's when you play the 4 chord with the C on the bass. Can you see that? The 4 has F, A, and C, so I can play C on the bass whilst doing the 4 chord. This is the air I breathe. Okay, so, and for the 5 chord, which consists of G, B, and D, we can play G on the bass, we can play B on the bass, and we can play D on the bass. So if I want to go from the 1 to the 5, I don't have to jump. What other tone do you have in the 5 chord? You have the B. So 1, then to the 5. Can you see that? So instead of going to the G bass, we can use the B bass. One more time. 1 chord in reposition, 4 chord in first inversion, 5 chord in first inversion. So instead of going, which sounds great, by the way, we can try this. So a 1-5-4 progression that should have sounded this way. Instead of jumping to the G, you go to the B. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.